All right, YouTube. So I wanted to go ahead and respond to Mundane Matt. He made a video about Dan Harmon's recent controversy, and went as far as to linking the video of Dan Harmon in that act in his own description. I'm not going to do that. I will, however, link you the video to his video. And luckily, YouTube has actually taken down the video per the comments. They say that's been taken down. The fact that he decided to think it, I mean, you know, he's obviously entitled to free speech, but it would seem as if what he was doing was technically distribution. Because of what Dan Harmon is doing in the video is considered to be illegal. Whether charges will be pressed upon him, that is to be determined. Highly unlikely. But we all wish that these people, you know, are exposed for who they are. And Mundane Matt is a famous leftist. He really likes to, you know, he talks all about Trump in a negative fashion. It's really funny. One of his videos, he was saying, "Oh, let's talk about Trump's nonsensical wiretap claims." It had 11,000 views. He's got like 100,000 subscribers. So I'd imagine a lot of his subscribers are bots. You know, basically what these YouTubers do, these leftists especially, because they don't have good enough material to draw those audiences. So they basically create the illusion of having a fake audience, you know, so they look popular. It's what everybody does. All the lamestream media outlets, and I consider him to be part of it. I'm going to watch more of his videos. He actually made a video about James Gunn, so that's going to be interesting. The context, however, that he offered was very helpful in the sense that I know the context of the video and why Dan Harmon was making that video in the first place. It does not at all justify it. You know, he basically, his reasoning is that these up-and-coming like Hollywood writers would essentially try and compete for attention to make these very like shock value videos. So basically that's why Dan Harmon did what he did. You know, it's more or less for the shock value. I don't care though, you know. And I think that Mundane Matt actually really lacks common sense here, because think about all the families in America that would probably feel uncomfortable with that and probably would even consider watching the video to understand your side of the argument. You know, it's a very poor attempt to disguise your defense of Dan Harmon. You know, you're basically disguising it as being like centrist and coming from a nonpartisan view. Yet you still talk about like how, oh, it's basically a right wing witch hunt, which is it's false. You know, because there's people on the right that I'm not saying that they joke at it, because they're not a lot of right wing Hollywood celebrities, but there are people on the right that engage in said activities to a much worser degree, up there with the ranks of what the left does, allegedly. Roman Polanski and the sorts. You know, they all do it. Politicians and all the actors, they're sickos. So I just wanted to call Mundane Matt out. I think, you know, I appreciate him being honest, at least for sharing his opinion. Honesty goes a long way. That's all I can say. But at the same time, I highly disagree with what he's got to say. And you know, I kind of look at it like he's trying to defend Dan Harmon. You know, and basically kind of encouraging the idea that people on the right are snowflakes for reacting this way. You know, trying to dig up this old shit. Well, you know, and he uses the term the weaponization of social media. You know, it's similar to the fact, or it's similar to the. It's actually very similar to the language that CNN uses, like when they talk about Trump weaponizing the Justice Department and stuff like that. Weaponizing just to me means utilizing. You know, people are free to, you know, essentially what Dan Harmon is experiencing right now. He's in the court of public opinion, and people are free to, you know, draw conclusions. But it sounds like the general consensus is that people are very disturbed by this. You know. And the fact that you managed to have bots, you know, smash that like button to make your video look a little less repulsive, I can tell that people are pretty sick of it. I don't think that there would be anybody willing to come forward that would defend your viewpoint. Honestly, it's very. I felt kind of sick to my stomach towards the end when you basically said that you linked the video in the description. like you wanted people to go watch it, and you kind of assume that people don't have the common sense to realize that just basically talking about it and describing the video is essentially like that's enough. You know, people can get a good picture of what this person's all about, especially the person who's trying to defend it. You know, and in such a vain fashion at that. I would be very curious to see what's going to be in this James Gunn video. I'm going to watch it from start to finish, and Mundane Matt, I will make another video. And to be honest, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm a very small YouTuber. I have 6 subscribers, and I'm on a mobile device. I have no idea of knowing if those are even people that I know. So, anyways, I'm just a very small YouTuber. I'm not trying to make a big name for myself. I just wanted to go ahead and share this. If you can maybe understand where I'm coming from, maybe you'll understand. I don't know. I'm not trying to guilt trip you, man, but it's like I'm just telling you what I feel. You know, you're free to feel however you want to, man. But I think it's important though for me to state towards just as I wrap this video up that I really admire guys like Styx and Hammer 666 because he's got the composure to be able to debate people like Richard Spencer. I'm not a big fan of Richard Spencer. And, you know, there's other people, too, that he's debated, like Tria Logic, who I'm not very familiar with, but I guess she's a left-winger. But the point is that Styx probably, you know, he's got the composure to debate people that he doesn't necessarily agree with. And it's not even debating, it's a discussion, rather. So to wrap up what I'm trying to say here, I'm sorry, is that Mundane Matt, if you're open to it, I would love to have a discussion about this. And I'm nervous as hell. I'm scared shitless saying that. I basically feel like a small fish biting a big fish now, but that's just kind of how I feel, man. Yeah, so I'm going to watch your video about James Gunn, and I'll let you know what I think, okay?